I have released my first official tabletop game. I spent way longer than you could possibly imagine it would take to make something like this. And I released it on itch this week. All of the patrons of $5 up get a copy for free. You guys have already supported me enough. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a single player run, because this was originally designed as a single player game, and then I realized I could make it work multiplayer too. So I'll do a single player run with easy mode rules. The sort of setting that we're playing in is a world where the forest, much like the ocean, gets deeper and deeper the further in you go. The forest also gets deeper and deeper the further in you go, and the trees get taller and taller, and it blocks out the sun, and it's just blackness in there with all manner of weird creatures and intelligent machines and all kinds of stuff. And our goal, we live in these villages along the coast here, and the goal in the game is to explore the forest, try to find discoveries, and then make it back out and back home alive. Which is easier said than done. Excuse me. So, the first thing we need to do, we also need to try to keep an eye on chat. I can't look at chat and the manual at the same time, so if I miss something in chat, I'm kind of flipping back and forth. First thing we need to do is we need to set our stats, and Roll20 is going to make that really easy. So I'm going to use green for health. Your health, you start with 8 health and 8 supplies. So your health can't go higher than 8, so that's a maximum of 8. 8 of 8, we're healthy. Supplies can go as high as you want if you're lucky enough to find new ones, so we won't put a maximum in there, and I'll use the blue for that. I hope the colors are distinct enough for everyone. I wish I could get rid of the one I'm not using, but I don't know a way to do that. So there's my little character. I got 8 of 8 health, and I got 8 supplies. First thing I do is I pick a spot on Stratum 1 of the forest. So Stratum 1 of the forest is special, because this is not a strange, exotic place. This is right along where the villages are. We already know what's in Stratum 1. It is not exciting. There's nothing to find here. However, we also don't get lost. So from here, if I end my turn here, on the next turn, I can move into the village and end the game. And that'll be game over. Or I can choose to, if I want to, I can move laterally along Stratum 1. It's pretty rare that you would want to do that. I think there would only be a reason for that in multiplayer. Or I can move into Stratum 2. So that's what I'm going to do. So at the, let me go through taking a turn. So first, every player makes a movement. I'm playing single player, so I make a movement. Okay, I'm gonna make a movement into Stratum 2. Next, you draw a card from the deck. You need a deck of 52 playing cards, no jokers, to play this game. This is something that was actually inspired by another game I found on itch, which used the same method. And I thought that was really clever because it gives you 52 possibilities without needing people to have special dice. Not everyone's got piles and piles of role-playing dice just sitting on their desk all the time, right? Some people don't have that. So if playing cards, you can reasonably expect most people to have. So you draw a card, and this is going to tell us what happens this turn. I got the 4 of hearts. So now I'll look at my manual, find the 4 of hearts, and read what it says there. Follow the directions. 4 of hearts. Oh my goodness, my eyes are so bad. I need to zoom in on my thing here. Here we go. While you are exploring a rusted out metal shell, a part of the roof collapses, pinning your leg. You can try to rig a way to lever it off, or just pull until your leg comes out. So I have to choose to lose 2 supplies or 1 health. It's a lot easier to find new supplies than health, so I'll change that to 6. I've just lost 2 supplies in my very first turn. So that's just the event, and I gotta go back up here. Make any choices the event offers you, following the directions. Note the event result in the appropriate parts of the log sheet. So the log sheet is something I'm not really going to show during the stream because it seems like a bad start. It's probably kind of an average start, to be honest. The game comes with sheets for keeping track of everything. I haven't really tried to import that into here, but I have just made a document, single player log. And I'm just going to note that this is a really clunky interface. On turn 1, I'm just going to put that I got 4 of hearts. 4 of hearts, 4H. Later on, I'm not going to write down all the details during the stream because it just takes a lot of time and makes a lot of noise. You want to make it with an engine and coding and stuff. Hey man, let's team up. I have so many ideas for video games if you're eager to make a video game. I just don't have the coding skills. I'm going to save that. I'll just stick this over here, I guess. So after the stream, I will go back and look up what happened, and I will write up. The game sort of doubles as a game and also sort of a creative writing tool, so you can create a story. Again, this is something that I was inspired by another game I found on itch. It was called, there were two games actually, The Artifact and Wretched Wasteland. They both use the same sort of similar mechanics. Awesome. Yeah, I can write, but I can't code. So I need a programmer to take all the ideas that I write down and make them do stuff. And then I need an artist to make it beautiful. Yeah, so normally I would use the log sheet and I would write down everything that happens. But I'm just gonna make these notes after the stream. I'll go back and I will write up a proper log of what happens. And when I take the edited version of the stream, I'm also gonna upload an example of what your story can look like at the end of the game. So, nice. We'll talk later. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. All right, so that is the event. Next, you subtract 1 from your supplies. It's the end of my turn. I have to use 1 supplies to stay alive. Oh my goodness. +3 in the first turn. Now, if you have no supplies, instead you subtract 1 from your health. Your health, by the way, represents both your physical and your mental well-being. So you need that to stay up, otherwise you die. And that's it. Next turn. So, now I'm in Stratum 2. Stratum 1 was special. I knew where I was. I am now lost. As soon as you cross this line into Stratum 2, it's getting dark, you've never been here before, you get turned around immediately. So you can't just choose where to go. You have to roll for your movement. So, if I roll a 1 or a 2, I have to move back 1 stratum. So, I would move into Stratum 1. If I get a 3 or a 4, I move along Stratum 2. If I get a 5 or a 6, I move 1 stratum deeper. And I can move diagonally if I want to. But again, that's mostly only relevant for multiplayer stuff. Okay, so I need to roll my d6. And I think I turned on the 3D dice correctly. Yeah, I got a 5. So I'm moving further in. Further from safety. Deeper into the forest. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, someone has sent me a message. Sorry, 1 sec. Oh, we'll look at that later. Not important at the moment. Okay, so I've moved in. Next step, I gotta take my card. I gotta take my card. I got the 8 of diamonds. Let me look it up. Let me look it up in my table. 8 of diamonds, here we go. In an ancient brick structure, you find a box which has somehow been preserved. Inside, you find semi-transparent canisters of multicolored stones, some type of ancient medicine. That's +1 discovery. So actually, maybe I'll use the red for my discoveries. Now, normally I would make a list of what the discoveries are, but again, just for the sake of this demo, 2 was 8 of diamonds. 8 of diamonds, I said. And, keep that all straight later. Okay, actually, you know what? We don't even need this to be open, because it doesn't have any useful information. Okay, that's the end of my turn. -1 more supplies. So my goal on easy mode is to find 3 discoveries and then get out. Normal difficulty would be 5 discoveries, and hard difficulty would be 7. I think that's what I set it as. Oh no, I set 1 for easy, 3 for medium, 5 for hard. Alright, we're gonna go medium then. We'll do 3 discoveries. Easy is too easy. Well, I say it's too easy, but in all honesty, you can die pretty quickly. Did I subtract my supplies already? I'm already getting confused. This is why I need to do things step by step. I need someone to watch me. Make sure I remember. Does anyone remember? I think I did. Because I lost 3 in the first round. I did. Thank you very much, Yasmin. Okay, that means I can roll for my next movement. D6. And again, I went with the D6 because that's the die that pretty much everyone is going to have somewhere around their house. That's a 1, that means I move back to Stratum 2, closer to safety, but not necessarily safe. We get the Queen of Hearts. All red cards so far. Queen of Hearts. You spy a small group of figures dancing awkwardly around a pit of green flames. The light glints off their bodies, which are full of sharp angles. One of them falls with a metallic clash, and the flame goes out. When you approach, the figures are gone, but the ash still glows faintly green. You scoop some up to take with you. That's another discovery. So I've got 2 discoveries, 3 supplies, and I'll just note, I can just keep this open. That was the Queen of Hearts. Can I make this smaller? Can I make it smaller, though? I can. This is the most awkward interface ever, but it does make it very easy to do tabletop stuff online. So, no complaints. Alright, rolling for my next turn. Roll for my next turn. D6. 2. So that's back in Stratum 1. So the good news is, there's no danger here. I don't have to draw a card. The bad news is, I don't get to draw a card. And I've only made 2 discoveries, and I want to make 3. So I'm not ready to leave yet. I do have to use up a point of supplies for all this travel, but nothing of interest happens on that turn. For Stratum 1. Okay, but I don't have to roll for moving the next turn. I'll move back into Stratum 2. We'll draw the next card. 6 of diamonds. Oh my, what's with me and the red cards today? 6 of diamonds. By the way, as always, please let me know if the music gets too loud or anything like that, especially since this is going to be a demo video. The music I'm listening to is the Caves of Cud sessions on SoundCloud, which are made by the creator of the Caves of Cud soundtrack, whose name I should definitely say, that is Gregory Ham. Amazing composer, very excellent music. Highly recommend. Okay, 6 of diamonds. You see a tiny, pale human face in the bushes ahead and cautiously move forward to investigate. The creature, a child, is gone, but it has left you some food for your journey. Is that giggling you hear in the distance? Plus 2 supplies. Awesome. That'll keep me alive for a bit longer. But then, of course, I immediately have to remove one of those supplies to keep me alive for this turn. Okay, cool. So that was turn 5. 6 of diamonds. Okay, next turn. Roll the dice. It's a 3. I stay in Stratum 2. Oh, this is a relatively easy round, I think, so far. I'm staying close to safety. 9 of hearts. This is uncanny now. There's no reason for me not to have gotten a black card yet. Not that it really makes a difference, but it's just nuts. Your eyes begin to play tricks on you in the darkness. You keep seeing the faces of your loved ones back in the village, dancing orbs of light, monstrous mouths which scream and then vanish, and other things which can't be real. Can they? I'm astonished by my own writing. -1 health. I'm losing it. This is the first time I lost a health point, though, which is really not that bad. I am down to 2 supplies, and that's the next turn. D6. 1. Well, nothing of use this time. Just eat another point of supplies. Oh man. Now you can leave early and accept defeat. If you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna survive if I keep going. But I wanna tough it out. I want to see if I can get my 3 discoveries before I go back home. So I'm moving back in, drawing my card. A black card at last, the 10 of clubs. Put your left foot. Yes, doing a little bit of a hokey pokey here. All right, 10 of clubs, 10 of clubs. Let's find the 10 of clubs. 10 of clubs says, ooh, a tall, ancient metal structure towers over you. You're not quite sure how stable it is. You might find something useful inside if you risk exploring it. Optional. So this is an optional task. I can roll 1 die to explore the structure. Now it's a risk. If I get a 1 or a 2, I lose health and supplies. If I get a 3 or a 4, I lose supplies, but I make a discovery. If I get a 5 or a 6, I get supplies and discoveries. And I think it's worth it. I think I've got enough health that it's worth taking the risk. I'm not in danger, so I'm gonna roll a d6, see what we get. A 5! Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's plus 4 supplies, so I'm up to 5, and plus 2 discoveries. So if I can get back to Stratum 1 with enough food/health to survive 1 more turn, then I win. I win the game. Not too bad. Had a shaky start there. Eat my supplies for the turn, but whew, okay. D6 now. If I get a 1 or a 2 this time, I win. It's a 4. It's a 4. I stay in Stratum 2. Let's see what happens here in Stratum 2. 10 of spades. Okay. 10 of spades is here. In a shelter made from crumbling ruins covered with leaves, you find a half-starved human with large eyes and skin so pale it's almost translucent. They are crouching over a tiny campfire, rocking back and forth, and they refuse to look at you. When you try to get their attention, they shiver and hide their face until you go. Nothing happens, but oh my goodness, all manner of story that you can put in there. I don't know what Numenera or Book of the Sun is, but if it's something that you like, then I'm glad we got that vibe going for you. Nice. Alright, eat my supplies, which I have plenty now. I'm gonna wait to fill this in. I'll just fill it in at the end. I've got them all in order anyway. Let's roll for my next movement. Again, if I get a 1 or 2, that's it. A 5. Oh, I gotta go deeper. I'm turned around. I'm wandering deeper and deeper into this forest. I may never find my way back out. 4 of diamonds. Let's see what we got. 4 of diamonds. At the top of a pole planted in the soft ground, you see a small, flashing orange light. It comes off easily off the pole. It comes easily off the pole. I did not write off twice in that sentence. Goodness gracious, come on. And continues to flash slowly in your hand. You put it in your pack so as to avoid drawing unwanted attention. It's +1 discovery. That's hard mode complete right there if I can get out. Let's eat a snack. Let's have a sandwich before we move on. And let's roll our die. 5. Ooh. Oh my goodness, you know, I felt like I was close to winning, but now I'm pretty far from home, and things are getting real spooky. What happens here in Stratum 4? 7 of diamonds. You brush against a strange rust-colored plant, and it burns your skin. -1 health. Shucks. And -1 supplies. I am now down to my last supplies. Things are looking less good than they did. Can I move this whole stack up? I can. Okay. Just have a nice little story there. Okay. Oh, we've got some chat. Hold on. Book series, very far future sci-fi. Oh, okay. That sounds like something I might enjoy then, if it's, yeah, I love, okay, that sounds like something I would enjoy. Somebody write that down for me, so send that to me in Discord. That sounds like stuff I would be interested in. That is absolutely my aesthetic, and that is definitely the aesthetic I'm going for here. Okay, let's roll for my next movement. Come on, send me home. Send me home, please. Oh, no! Oh, I'm so deep in the forest. I'm so deep. Oh, they warned me. They warned me not to explore the forest. They said nobody ever comes out of there. King of Spades. King of Spades. A small, 5-legged creature with long black fur and white eyes climbs down a tree and lands on your shoulder. It leans forward to smile at you, then gently reaches into your pack. You hear your own voice say, "It's okay. Everything is fine." The creature is gone, but it has left something in your pack. And you feel refreshed. Oh, this is a good one, folks. The kings are usually good ones. I tried. There's a little bit of similarity between the face cards and the aces. Is an ace considered a face card? It's not, is it? I get +1 health. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. +1 discovery. I've got 6 discoveries. If I ever make it out of here, I'm going to have so much to tell people. +3 supplies. Oh, thank goodness. And +1 health. Oh, that was amazing. That was so fortunate. And then I eat a sandwich at the end of my turn. That was extremely useful. Writes very well. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Dune is rough. There's a lot that I like about Dune. There's also a lot that's very problematic about Dune when you go back and read it now. I like the stories very much, but it is dense. So, Gene Wolfe. Somebody write that in the Discord, please, because I will forget. I always forget everything, and I would like to check that out. Thanks for recommending that. That's awesome. Okay, let's roll for the next move. Thanks, X. 4. Okay, at least I'm not going deeper. I am staying in Stratum 5. 2 of spades. 2 of spades. You hop playfully across a stream, jumping from stone to stone. Overconfident, you slip, twist your ankle, and fall in the water, soaking yourself. -1 health. Gosh darn it. Hubris! My sandwich. I'm gonna give myself a sandwich to feel better. Okay, whoops. Nope, not that. Okay, here we go. Roll for movement. 4. I'm stuck. I'm just wandering back and forth. Alright, what's waiting for me? Maybe something nice will happen. Hey, maybe something good will happen. 6 of hearts. Something good didn't happen, you guys. While dozing by a stinking creek, you have a nightmare so terrifying and lifelike, you know you'll never be able to forget it. -1 health. Shoot! And I'm down to my last supplies again. This is bad news. Alright. Come on, give me a 1 or 2. Give me a 1 or a 2. Please, please. Yes! Okay, moving back towards home. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna make it out. 6 of spades. I'm so tense. I'm just moving a figure across the grid and I'm so tense. I feel like maybe I did a good job. Okay, 6 of spades. Tucked away inside the hollow of a gnarled tree, you find a scroll containing forgotten wisdom, +1 discovery. Well, I have all of the knowledge of all of history, but I am now out of sandwiches, which is bad news for me. I like sandwiches. I can't live without sandwiches. I have a condition. Oh, 5. That's going further in. Maybe something nice will happen. 8 of hearts. I'm sure this will be great. In an ancient, ruined building, mostly rotted away, you discover a pile of books against one of the few standing walls. Most of them are beyond repair, but one of them is legible and seems to be full of ancient wisdom. Another discovery. I'm finding all the stuff. It's just that I can't find my way home, and now that I have no supplies, I'm gonna take a hit every single round. I'm starving. Dehydrating. Let's move. 4. I don't know, folks. I might not make it out. Queen of spades. Let's see what she has to say. Embedded in a partially fallen wall made of porous stone, you find a perfectly smooth black rectangle. When you run your finger along it, it leaves a glowing blue trail which slowly fades. You trace a random pattern and feel as though your mind has been turned inside out. Somehow, you've been transported somewhere else. Oh, this is a chance for me, folks. Roll a die and move your token to a random space on that stratum of the forest. So if I roll a 1, it's all gravy. If I roll a 6, well, it doesn't make that much of a difference. Everyone, hold your breath, hope for a 1. Come on! Oh, goodness. Alright, well, it doesn't really matter where I am. Stratum 5, I remain here, and I am continuing to starve. We always say starve when we play games, and it's not really starving, is it? Hey, Jemmy boy, welcome! Oh, I'm pleased to see you. Doing a demo of Into the Forest here. I am not doing great. It looked like I was doing really, really well, and then suddenly I was doing poorly. Alright, so that wasn't my movement. That was just a random teleport thing. So let's roll for movement. Please, please. I'm still stuck here on Stratum 5. Alright. See what happens. Queen of spades. Clubs. That's not spades, that's clubs. I know that. I know the names of the suits of the cards. You hum a tune from your childhood to comfort you in the darkness. Gradually, you start to hear a harmony, and some of the vines you pass are swaying to the melody. You finish the song together and feel a warmth in your heart. +1 health. So I get +1 health, but because I have no supplies, I get -1 health. Well, that was nice while it lasted. Alright. I really need some more friendly rolls here. I need a 1 or a 2. 1 or 2 to move back towards home. Please, please, no! This die hates me. It hates me. Oh my goodness. 8 of spades. I'm having so many regrets. A 10-legged creature descends in front of you on a shiny, sticky string. It resembles a spider, but too large, too soft, and with too many legs. It sings to you in the voice of your mother, then bites you before climbing back up into the branches above. -1 health, and then minus another health. Unless something miraculous happens this turn, that's gonna be the end of my story. Spider squid, yeah, definitely spider squid. Something like that. Yeah, uh-oh is right. Use that emote if you got it. Uh-oh, all the uh-ohs. Oh, actually, I don't have to roll. Because I'm in Stratum 6, there's this wall along one side that I can use to orient myself. So I can actually choose to go back away from the wall. Just similarly to when you're in Stratum 1, I can choose to go further in. It's the only advantage to Stratum 6. Alright, please let this be a really, really good card. Please give me all kinds of health And 5, that's probably not anything special. 5 of diamonds. 5 of diamonds says, a swarm of softly glowing orbs surrounds you, singing with angelic voices, and does an intricate dance that leaves you mesmerized. As quickly as they appeared, they are gone. You feel a deep sadness. Nothing happens, but I have no supplies, I have no health, and I'm afraid I have perished deep, deep in the forest. That's the end of my game. All these discoveries I made will just be scattered around me. That was a single-player run, just a vanilla single-player run, no special rules. I wasn't lucky. I was lucky for a while, and then I was unlucky. The dice really were against me that time. Let's take my poor person out of the place here. Give myself 8 supplies and 8 health. Now I'm that person's child, I guess. We'll recall and shuffle the cards. I'm going to shuffle them a couple of times. Whoops. Shuffle, shuffle. Shuffle, shuffle. Now I will invite 1 or 2 people to join me for a multiplayer round so we can demo the multiplayer. So in PvP, we are traveling separately. Anytime we start a turn next to each other in the same stratum. So if we're next to each other and we're both in 3, then we fight. If one of us is in 2 and one is in 3, they're considered far apart, and so you don't fight that way. Every time you fight, you both roll a die, and the higher one wins. If it's a tie, you re-roll until someone wins. The winner can choose. They either steal one of your supplies, or one of your discoveries, or they remove one of your health. So we'll try that out. And if we're doing PvP, perhaps we should also do either first aid or useful discoveries. So first aid means on any turn you can spend 1 supplies to regain 1 health. Not likely to have an overabundance of supplies, but it is possible. So you can spend 1 supplies to regain 1 health during your turn, or you can spend 1 discovery in order to choose where to move. These strange things that you're finding in the forest are actually really useful for navigation. Alright, I guess we'll roll to see who goes first, since we're not traveling together.
That makes sense.
So we'll just roll a d6. And if you just click it, it'll do a little 3D roll. So I got a 1. You got a 4. Okay, so you can take your turn first the next. So we're going to take turns now because we're not playing together. Oh, it's stuttered for 3 seconds. Sure. Goodness gracious. Okay, we're all good now? Everyone's all good now. X can take his turn.
All right. Yeah, so I'm trying to see there's the thing where it shows where the dice rolled. Couldn't find it.
You might have to, it might be in your settings. You might have to enable it on your end. It's,
yeah, it was under the actual chat, and I didn't have the chat selected. I had settings, so. Okay, so I just draw a card first?
Okay, well, because the first thing you do is move. So we're in Stratum 1, which is right next to home. So you don't need to roll for movement. You know where you are. So you can move further into the forest, and now you draw a card. To draw a card, you click on the little lip on the top, and then drag it out. And we can make a sort of a line of cards for each of us.
Okay, I'll put mine over here then.
So, by the way, our goal, I'll read off the events and stuff. Oh, these are also impossible to distinguish. Oh, well, Oh, on a redshifted screen as well, that's true. Mine, actually, mine is probably already redshifting. I can still distinguish, but sorry, they don't let you customize the colors. So, in any case, the bar is the health, and the one on the right is the supplies, and the one on the left the discoveries. So our goal, X, each of us were rivals. I was like, I bet I can go into that forest and find more discoveries than X can. And you were like, how dare you? I bet I can go into that forest and find more discoveries than R can and bring them back out. So now we are competing. So whenever you want to and are able to leave the forest, you can. And if we both make it out, the one with more discoveries wins. Obviously, if only one of us makes it out, they're the winner. And if we both die, then nobody wins, because we went into a dangerous forest like a couple of fools and we got killed.
Makes sense.
Okay. And if we wind up next to each other on the same stratum, we fight. And that's pretty much all we need to know for now. Oh, and I said there's the useful discoveries rule. So if you want, at the start of your turn, instead of rolling, you can spend a discovery and choose where to move. You can't do that now because you don't have any discoveries. Okay. 5 of diamonds. At last. This is actually the one that killed me last time. A swarm of softly glowing orbs surrounds you, singing with angelic voices, and does an intricate dance that leaves you mesmerized. As quickly as they appeared, they are gone. You feel a deep sadness, but nothing happens. So, nothing good happens, nothing bad happens. You now should remove 1 from your supplies. You have to use supplies to survive this turn.
That was blue, right?
That's the blue one, yeah, on the right.
Yeah.
Change that to 7. Awesome. And now it's my turn. I'm also going to move into Stratum 2, shockingly. I draw my card.
You don't want to just hang out in the first stratum?
Nah, I got to beat you. And I can't beat you if I hang out over there. So 10 of spades.
Oh, well, keep your cards a little farther away.
Don't touch my cards. 10 of spades. This is another one that we had last time. I wonder at the shuffling algorithm for the cards on Roll20. In a shelter made from crumbling ruins covered with leaves, you find a half-starved human with large eyes and skin so pale it's almost translucent. They're crouching over a tiny campfire, rocking back and forth, and they refuse to look at you. When you try to get their attention, they shiver and hide their face until you go, but nothing happens. So I will also eat a sandwich. Survival sandwich. And it is now your turn, so now you have to roll for your movement. 1 or a 2, you move back towards the village. 3 or 4, you stay in the same stratum. 5 or 6, you move deeper.
It's a 3. Wait.
All right, so you move. So, yeah, 3 is right. So you move either up or down along stratum 2, and then you draw your card. You can move closer to me or further away. Oh, X is looking for a fight.
I'm just gonna follow you and see what happens.
Okay, 9 of hearts. Let's see what you got. Your eyes begin to play tricks on you in the darkness. You keep seeing the faces of your loved ones back in the village, dancing orbs of light, monstrous mouths which scream and then vanish, and other things which can't be real. Can they? -1 health to you, X.
Oh, man.
You're losing it. You're losing it already. You're only in stratum 2. You're not that far from home.
Hey.
So yeah, change your health to 7. And then you also have to eat your supplies for the turn, so you change the supplies to 6. Awesome. My turn. Rolling a d6. I got a 1. So I don't get to do anything this turn. I just had to eat a sandwich. I'm like, oh man, like I came out from around the corner. I'm like, what interesting and surprising stuff's gonna be? Oh man, that's my house. Darn it!
You walk over you.
I could just walk out of the forest and be like, yeah, I changed my mind, and then wait and see if you die. But no, I'm not going to give up. All right, it's your turn. That's it.
Oh, I'm doing the same thing.
You get it too? Maybe we see each other through the trees and we're just like pretending that we don't notice each other, like we're just too embarrassed. All right, eat your sandwich.
Still have to eat even though in the first stratum?
He's still spending the time traveling, so that's what makes it so frustrating. It's basically wasting a turn unless you're ready to leave, and then it's hooray, we've made it. All right, I'm moving back in. I'm not ready to give up.
I think that first stratum being all recognized and stuff should have berry bushes that you can just feast off.
Well, maybe they're already picked clean. Maybe it's the wrong season. 8 of spades. Again, I don't think Roll20 shuffles their cards very well. All of these so far are ones I've already had. A 10-legged creature descends in front of you on a shiny, sticky string. It resembles a spider, but too large, too soft, and with too many legs. It sings to you in the voice of your mother, then bites you for climbing up into the branches above. I lose 1 health now. Oops, not 74, just 7. And I'm down to 5 supplies, and it is your turn.
And I don't have to roll, so I can just move forward.
Right. The one advantage. 10 of hearts. Okay. Oh, this is a new one at least. You come upon a village of small, thin humans with large eyes and pale skin. They do not speak, yet somehow you understand each other. They are willing to help you on your journey. You have a choice to make, X. You can either take 4 supplies, or you can take 3 discoveries, as they bring you whatever artifacts they have, or they can help you travel and you choose which direction to move on your next turn. Which is maybe not that useful in Stratum 2. So
I think
4
I'll take the 4
supplies, 3
supplies.
discoveries, or choose your movement next time.
I like the supplies. I'm gonna take supplies.
That's fair. So take 4 supplies. Actually, only take 3 supplies because you have to eat one right away.
Oh.
Oh,
I have to
man.
take 4 and then eat 1. I can't just have one vanish.
You gotta eat it. Okay, my turn. Rolling for movement. I got a 4. So I stay in stratum 2. I'm gonna move away from you, actually. Somehow I know where you are. King of Hearts. Kings are usually good. Here we go.
Yeah, you got a king last time.
I got a king. I think it was the King of Spades. It wasn't this one anyway. But yeah, kings are good news, and aces are special things that follow you. Not always good. You see a light ahead and follow it into a beautiful grove of phosphorescent plants and fungi. Yes! Secret foxfire! You feel your spirits lift and your wounds mend. After resting a while, you take some cuttings from some of the plants, hoping you might be able to cultivate them away from the grove. +2 health. Well, I can only get +1 health. 8 is the max. And +1 discovery. So I do have to eat some of my supplies, but I have my first discovery. It's taken a while to find stuff this time. Alright, it is your turn.
Watch me just roll a 1 or a 2 again. I'd be so upset.
It would be hilarious.
Oh, good.
It's a 4. So that's staying in stratum 2. We're not getting too lost here yet.
I'll just hang out over here.
Interesting. Interesting choice. Okay. Draw your card, 2 spades.
Just keep you stuck up against that top edge so you can't get away.
All right, well, joke's on you, mister, because you hop playfully across a stream, jumping from stone to stone. Overconfident, you slip, twist your ankle, and fall in the water, soaking yourself. -1 health. So ha.
Well then.
That's what you get. And then don't forget to use your supplies if you haven't. And now it's my turn. Oh, for goodness sake.
Yeah, but you have 1 discovery already. So
I do have 1 discovery. So basically, the question now is, well, I make the decision next turn. I can't move again this turn. I could take my 1 discovery and run, and hope that you just die out there. I don't think I want to give up yet. That's not much to be proud of, though. I do have to eat the supplies. I still got 3 supplies. I'm at full health. I'll see what happens on your turn, and then I'll make my decision next turn. You go ahead. It's your go. Moving further in. Ooh. Drawing your card.
First one to the 3rd stratum. I'm winning.
You could say that. 3 of Hearts. You're winning. You disturb a large wild cat, which lashes out with its claws, hisses, then bounds deeper into the forest. -1 health.
Good grief.
And of course, you use your supplies. I feel like my odds are good if I just quit now, but I don't want to give up yet. I'm gonna come back in. 6 of Hearts. I may regret this. I did last time. 6 of Hearts. While dozing by a stinking creek, you have a nightmare so terrifying and lifelike, you know you'll never be able to forget it. -1 health. Gosh darn it. And down supplies. And that's over to you. It is your turn. Is this how winning feels, as Mako?
How come you get to see my health, but I can't see your health on my screen?
You can't? You should be able to.
No. No, I just realized I was looking at the stream so I can see it, but I can't actually see it on my game screen.
Interesting.
Huh.
Maybe if I put it that it can be controlled by all players, you'll be able to see it. How about now? Is that better?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Interesting. You have to be able to control it to see it. Anyway, it's your turn.
Convenient. I'll just set your health to 0, and hey, look how...
Cheater! The chat won't let it happen. Oh, interesting.
Man.
Interesting. Well, it's not necessarily bad to be in stratum 2.
It is if I don't have any discoveries, though.
Oh, Jam has said there's another way to do it. Advanced. Yes, there we can. Okay. Can you see it now?
It's a bar with no numbers, but that's fine.
Hold on. How about now?
Aha.
Okay. Did you draw your card? Is that yours?
Yeah, 3 of spades there.
3 of spades, 3 of spades. You take a rest by a pool of still water. Under the surface, something moves in the darkness. You keep a respectful distance and don't touch the water, and it does not bother you. So nothing happens, nothing bad happens, but nothing good happens, and you do have to eat some of your supplies.
I disagree with this card. I would definitely have investigated to see what that was in hopes it was a discovery.
Well, you can only put so many choices in the document. 5. Ooh, I have to go deeper now. You know what? We haven't had any combat yet. I'm feeling feisty. I'm gonna move closer to you. 8 of hearts. In an ancient ruined building, mostly rotted away, you discover a pile of books against one of the few standing walls. Most of them are beyond repair, but one of them is legible and seems to be full of ancient wisdom plus 1 discovery. I'm finding all of the knowledge over here. However, I am almost out of supplies. Alright, your turn.
Rolled again. 5. Oh ho.
Oh. You have a
I guess
decision to
we'll do
make
that.
here. Alright, we have to fight now before you take your turn.
Yes.
So we each roll a d6. Higher one is the winner, and then has a choice to make.
I'm sure this barmaid with a bucket of water can trump this.
She's got very strong arms.
Yes.
Dang it! Alright, you get to choose. You can either take one of my discoveries, take one of my supplies, or reduce my health by 1.
How many supplies do you have left again?
That's not important, is it?
I think I'll just take a discovery since I don't have any.
Okay, that's fine. So you get 1 discovery. I'm down to 1.
Does that
And
go
my
in the
last
red?
remaining supplies is still there. Okay, you still have
do
to
we
take
put-
your turn now, so you still draw a card.
Yeah, we put the discoveries in the red circle. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, an ace of spades.
Ooh, the aces are interesting. The aces are fun.
Intriguing.
Okay, although this one might not like so much.
Oh,
A
great.
small, thin human with huge eyes and incredibly pale skin starts to follow you through the forest. They flee anytime you try to approach them. As you explore, they run out and steal anything useful you find, then dart back into the darkness before you can stop them. From now on, whenever you would gain supplies, your stalker steals them. The next time you would lose health, the stalker foolishly runs into harm's way first and is killed instead, after which point you can gain supplies again. So, you have a stalker. You can't gain supplies until you are damaged. And then you won't actually be damaged, the stalker will be damaged instead.
Well, I'm glad I got my bonus 4 supplies early.
One of which you need to eat now. And I guess that makes it my turn. Get me the heck away from
I
this
guess you-
guy.
Yeah, you must only have 1 supply left.
Yeah, maybe. I'm going closer to home, though. And maybe I'll get more supplies now. Maybe something good will happen. 5 of hearts. I'm sure this will be great. You walk into a patch of softly glowing flowers. They emit a faint hum when you put them close to your ears. You gather a few, plus 1 discovery. Hey! I'm winning
like this.
again. I am now out of supplies. It's
But
not
you
the
still
best.
have most of your health, so what does it even matter?
I do. If I get a 1 or a 2 next turn, I'm probably gonna cheese it. All right, your turn.
So do I have to be in the same stratum to fight you, or just right
Yes.
next to you?
Same stratum. The strata are considered to be like far apart.
Boo.
Don't be too eager. You might lose. Then I'll steal your supplies.
I mean,
and
that's
I'll
fine,
survive.
but right
and
now
you'll die.
you're making a blitz with your discoveries. I gotta prevent you from getting back there.
All right, draw a card.
10 of clubs.
Okay. Let's see what the 10 of clubs brings you. Oh, this is you get to take a risk if you want. A tall, ancient metal structure towers over you. You're not quite sure how stable it is. You might find something useful inside if you risk exploring it. So you have the choice. You may roll 1 die to explore the structure. On a 1 or a 2, you will lose health and supplies. On a 3 or a 4, you will lose supplies but gain a discovery. On a 5 or a 6, you'll gain a bunch of supplies and several discoveries. Will you take the risk?
So my stalker doesn't take discoveries; they just take supplies, right?
Right. And if you take damage, actually, your stalker will be killed.
Yeah, that's
So you aren't actually in that much of a risk.
No, this is pretty good. I think I'll roll that dice.
Okay.
It's a 6.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, you don't get the +4 supplies because your stalker steals them, but you do get +2 discoveries, which puts me in a very uncomfortable position of no longer being in the lead. Oh, dear. All right. Did you use your supplies for the turn?
Yes. Now.
All right. Here I go. 5. I see what you've done here. All right, let's go. Bring it on. Let's fight. I've rolled a 5. No, you've rolled a 5. I've rolled a 4. No!
Ha!
Well, I'm out of supplies, so you can't take those. You can take a discovery or reduce my health to 6.
I'll take a discovery.
All right, well, maybe I should have just left the forest when I had the chance. All right, I still have to take my turn as well. 2 of diamonds. 2 of diamonds. Okay, ah-ha-ha-ha. You stop at a spring to refill your canteen. Pale butterflies drift gracefully around the area. Or are they moths? It's very peaceful. +2 supplies. Hey! And then -1 supplies for eating for this turn. I'm still going. Alright, your turn.
Come on, a 1 or a 2.
That's a 3. There's only one way you can move with a 3. We can't occupy the same space. So you'll have to move up there. Away from me, you maniac.
I feel like this grid should wrap around, so if you go off the top, you come out the bottom.
That would make a very tiny world.
It's a Jack of Diamonds.
Jack of Diamonds, you say, okay.
Haven't seen any other face cards beside Kings so far. That's interesting.
Well, the Jacks are mostly sort of tricksy.
Excuse me.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my... It's a Cloconic. Haven't had one of these in a while. This is for my vocal cords. Again, if anyone is new and not familiar, I have a problem with my vocal cords. They wear out and I have to suck on a minty candy to make them better. Okay. Jack of Diamonds. You smell something delicious and follow your nose to where some roasted meat lies on the ground. Stomach growling, you move in to investigate and are yanked upwards in a net. This trap will not be easy to escape. On the following turn, do not move. Instead, you roll a die to try to escape the net. On a 5 or a 6, you escape and may move on the following turn. Do this every turn until you escape or die. You're caught in a trap.
Wait, how many turns does it take to get out if you roll successfully?
Escaping from the net, if you roll successfully, takes that turn.
Okay.
And then the following turn, you can move normally.
Got it.
So
Maybe
you're
my
in trouble.
stalker's just hanging out.
And you do still need to eat your
laughing.
supplies. So you might starve to death in the net while I escape.
Look, I can't eat. I'm trapped. I'm just gonna have to.
No, I don't think so. You can definitely still eat. You can reach your pocket and get your supplies out. Alright, my go. That's a 4. I'm gonna move down away from the scary person. Ace of Hearts.
I feel like if you'd moved up next to me, you would have had a pretty clear win trying to beat up the guy in a net.
Well, I haven't written that into the mechanics, so. Alright. Hearts. Ace of Hearts. Oh, this is a good one. You are examining a pile of strangely shaped stones when a small creature leaps out at you. You worry it might be aggressive, but quickly realize it is merely curious. As you continue on your way, it follows you at a safe distance and brings you bits of food. You seem to have adopted a traveling companion. So I now choose a number between 1 and 6. Whenever I roll that number for movement, I get +1 supplies. The next time I would lose a health point, I lose the companion instead as it sacrifices itself for me. I have 1 more supplies. Okay. I may lose it next turn. I have to choose my number. Well, if I get 1 or a 2, I'll be moving closer to home, so I won't need more supplies. 5 or a 6 is probably the best bet, because if I'm moving forward, I'm going to need more supplies. So I'm going to choose... I'll choose 5. Let me just write that. Whenever I roll a 5, I get extra supplies until I lose health. And I have to use my last supplies now, so I kind of hope I roll a 5 next time. Okay. Well, I will have to eat the companion next turn, Krunk, if things don't go well. Alright, X, roll to see if you can get out of that net. 5 or a 6 is what you need. Oh, for goodness sake. Live a blessed life. Alright, well, you use 1 supplies for this turn, and then next turn you go back to normal.
Follow-up question. I came into this because there was meat roasting over a fire. Mm-hmm. I never saw anyone. I just got trapped in a net. So that meat should still be there.
I think it was fake meat. Listen.
Very well.
I think you're doing fine. You're going to be alright. Next turn you continue. Alright, so it's my turn now. Use your supplies. 5! So I gain 1 supplies. But it also means I'm moving further in. Please let something nice happen. 7 of clubs. I bet this is going to be
health. I feel like you could take some damage.
Well, the ground trembles slightly as an enormous ape-like creature approaches you. It gently scoops you up and holds you at its eye level, then sets you back down a little too roughly. Realizing it has hurt you, it drops several large pieces of fruit next to you to apologize, then lumbers off into the forest. So that's -1 health, or would be, so I do lose my companion. That was quick. But I get 2 supplies from the ape, and then -1, so that's +1. That's fine. Well, I'll miss you, little friend. And that's my turn. Go ahead, X.
I'm trying to picture how this happened, and it was like it was like a little fox type thing, wasn't it?
It wasn't really described. It was a tiny fuzzy creature. So presumably it ran underneath me to catch me so that I wouldn't hurt myself when I fell and got smushed.
I think this tiny creature does not have the most wisdom. All right. I rolled a 4.
Stay in stratum 3. And draw your card.
It's a queen of clubs.
Oh, interesting. You hum a tune from your childhood to comfort you in the darkness. Gradually, you start to hear a harmony, and some of the vines you pass are swaying to the melody. You finish the song together and feel a warmth in your heart, +1 health. Aren't you special?
Yay.
But then you have to eat your supplies, too. Are you out of supplies yet?
No. That was my last supply.
And you can't get any more unless you get hurt. Alright, my turn. Not that I'm doing great, I suppose. 1, okay. That's actually, I'm gonna move down diagonally.
Hey, that was 2 moves. I saw it.
No, I changed my mind about my move. Alright, Jack of Hearts. Jacks are tricksy. Is this a nice Jack or a mean Jack? You come upon a small, thin human with large eyes and pale skin. They reach out a hand and touch your forehead. Their skin feels cold and clammy. After a moment, they pull away and stare at you solemnly. You blink and they are gone, and nothing happens. So I eat a sandwich and contemplate how weird that was, and pass it over to you.
That's a little bit terrifying.
Just a little bit. Got 4 discoveries now. Thief.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1. This is bad news for me.
Just gonna casually head towards the village and also in this slight direction.
At an angle, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
5 of clubs.
I'm just gonna head you off in case.
No! Oh, you come upon a patch of familiar-looking herbs. They resemble the ones your aunt uses to treat fevers and rashes, but they have a stronger smell. They could be of use in treating your own wounds, +1 health. Well, aren't you lucky? But then -1 health, because you don't have any supplies.
I'm just gonna assume that I ate the herbs instead.
Yes. And actually, because you just lost 1 health, your companion... I'm not sure how to make that work in the story. Mechanically, your companion rushes into the danger, so I guess it starves itself for you. No, maybe it uses its weird psychic powers
but the herbs were poisonous, so it ate them instead of me.
There you go. Perfect. So
So I
you
should
can
actually
now
still get
gain
7.
supplies normally. And it's my turn. And I'm terrified. Please. Please. Okay. 3. 9 of diamonds.
What happens if we somehow make it through all the cards?
And we just shuffle the deck and keep going.
Oh, okay.
It would be amazing if we made it through the whole deck and we're still alive. Okay, you hear an unearthly sound, and a creature made of metal crashes out of the trees in front of you, destroying all that stands in its path. Terrified, you run until you can no longer hear it. I now have to make 3 movement rolls in a row and follow the results as usual as I flee for my life. So, roll number 1, a 2, roll number 2, a 3, roll number 3. Oh, it didn't show the thing. Oh, there we go. 5. Okay, so I wind up there, and I eat my last sandwich. I am now out of sandwiches.
I thought for sure you were just gonna wildly sprint straight back to the village.
That would have been amazing.
It's like 2-1-1. All right.
Although it wouldn't matter, because if you manage to get back there, you have 4 discoveries, and I only have 1 now because you stole my stuff.
Oh, that's true. I have no idea how many discoveries you have.
I only have 1. Can you really not see them?
No, because I can't.
All right,
click
I'll just change this
character.
back to all players can control. That way you should be able to see everything. If you click on my character, it should show the 3 circles.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, it is your turn. Roll for movement.
Come on, 1 or a 2. That's not a 1 or a 2.
It's not a 1 or
But-
a 2. It's not a 5 or a 6 either, so it could be worse. Choose your fate.
Oh, jokers.
Oh, move that out of there. I couldn't figure out how to remove the jokers from the deck, so just set it aside and draw again.
I'm gonna put it up here because I got a joker.
Sure.
8 of clubs.
Okay. 8 of clubs. You come upon a machine in the approximate shape of a person lying in the underbrush. As you approach, it attempts to rise but collapses with a grunt. The lights on its head dim and switch off. Is it dead? Nothing happens. Just a weird moment.
That feels like a discovery. It's a robot shaped like a person.
Ah, it's too big to move. You don't have any supplies, so you have to take a hit.
Oof.
And we'd said, I should have written it down somewhere as a reminder to us. I've just remembered. We said at the start that we're using the useful discoveries rule, which would have been good to remember all along, but I've just remembered it, so I will tell you, even though it's not good for me if you use it. If you want, next turn, instead of rolling, you can spend a discovery to choose where to go.
Right.
I forgot about that as well.
All that.
So 2 for me. 9 of clubs. Interesting. Distant music floats through the humid forest air. It is strange and frightening, yet you feel compelled to move towards it. It grows louder as you approach a small object amongst the undergrowth with a glowing green light on it. As you touch it, the light goes out, the music stops, and you can't find a way to start it again. +1 discovery. Interesting. -1 health, because I am starving very slowly. And it is your turn.
Well, let's see. You have 2 discoveries, and I have 4. Maybe I'll spend 1 discovery now
Okay.
to get back in the first stratum, so I'm nice and safe.
Well, that means you don't get to draw a card this turn. Nothing new in stratum 1. It's a risk. It might be the right decision, because the odds are not in my favor of me getting another discovery and making it back out alive.
This is true. I do have 6 lives left, though. No, you know what? I'll just move back 1 and call that good.
Okay.
Take off a discovery.
And you lose a point of health. And then it's my turn. Okay. A lot riding on this. Come on now. 5. moving me further in. Could be good. Queen of Hearts. I think Queen of Hearts is a good one, isn't it?
I don't think we've got it yet.
I did. I got it last time. You spy a small group of figures dancing awkwardly around a pit of green flames. The light glints off their bodies, which are full of sharp angles. One of them falls with a metallic clash, and the flame goes out. When you approach, the figures are gone, but the ash still glows faintly green. You scoop some up to take with you. +1 discovery. Isn't that interesting? I am down to 5 health. But we are now tied for discoveries. Of course,
And
you are
health.
right next to home, and I am still lost in the forest. So over to you. You have a decision to make.
Now I'm going to roll.
You're gonna roll?
No,
Well, you don't have
no
to roll.
rolling here. You just do a forward one.
It's glowing ash, Jam. It's special ash.
I'm gonna go up to the second round.
Oh, X is
That's
taking a
fine.
risk. Okay, draw your card.
Playing the dice. 4 of diamonds.
I'm sure you won't regret this. 4 diamonds.
No, not at all.
Oh, dang it. At the top of a pole planted in the soft ground, you see a small flashing orange light. It comes easily off the pole and continues to flash slowly in your hand. You put it in your pack so as to avoid drawing unwanted attention. +1 discovery. Not hot ash, Jam. Special, fancy, magical, techno-glowing ash. Get it right, man. Alright, so you get 1 more discovery, and of course you lose a health. Neither of us has any food.
Nope, we're just starving to death slowly.
I love how we're just like aggressively just like, no, I will starve to death rather than risk you becoming more famous than me. All right.
Or just like eating some random plant in the forest or something.
All right, I guess it's my turn. Crap. This is not the result that I wanted. Okay, the 9 of... I need to move my stack up here. Getting long. Oops. 9 of spades.
How did you
Renowned
get the whole
forest
stack?
explorer. 9 of spades. The trees here have roots so thick that they have dislodged the earth around them, forming cave systems beneath them. You see a faint glow coming from one of the caves and follow it down to a room filled with a web of multicolored metallic strands and blinking lights. When you touch one of them, it attacks you with a tiny bolt of lightning and you retreat. -1 health.
Oh,
And
no.
then minus another health because I have no food and I'm just having a real bad day. And it's your turn.
Let's see. You're at 3 discoveries. I'm still at 4. Let's roll the dice again.
Oh my
It's fun
goodness.
that way. Oh, yeah.
It takes you back to Stratum 1 anyway. No card for you.
That's fine.
Starve. Alright,
I'll
that's
take
me. 3. This is not good for me. This is not what I wanted. 2 of clubs. You discover a clear, fresh stream of water and refill your canteen +2 supplies. Oh, interesting. And then -1 as I drink some of that water because I am dying. And then it's your turn.
I feel like health lost due to lack of supplies should be regenerated by getting more supply.
Well, there is an optional rule where you can trade supplies for health.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
In
it doesn't
the
really
first
matter right
round,
now.
I could just choose to go back, right?
Yeah, right now you can end your participation in the game. Go back home safely, tell everyone how famous and brilliant you are and how I'm probably dead in the forest, and then I carry on until I either escape or die.
No, I do have no supplies and only 3 health left, so I feel it would probably be wise to just go back to the village.
I do feel like that's probably what I would do. So you're safe, you stay there. I continue playing now, just by myself. Back to single player. So, 6 of spades. My chances are not amazing. Tucked away inside the hollow of a gnarled tree, you find a scroll containing forgotten wisdom +1 discovery. Well, that's great. I could spend discoveries to head back towards home, but... 3. Wandering in entirely the wrong direction for just days. 4 of clubs.
Not entirely the wrong direction.
Well, that's true. Could be worse. But I think I'm either going deeper or getting closer to home, and in fact, I'm just sort of running parallel. Okay, it was 4 of clubs. A large bird leads you to a pile of fallen rocks from within which desperate peeping can be heard. You gently free the young bird, and its parent rewards you with a small bundle before they both fly off. The bundle contains several ancient, strangely shaped pieces of metal, whose function you can only guess at, and some sweet berries. +1 discovery, and +1 supplies. Interesting. That's interesting. And -1 supply. 2. Okay. I could still win this. It is possible that I could still win this. 6 of diamonds. You see a tiny, pale human face in the bushes ahead.
Oh my gosh, thank you!
Oh, what happened? What happened? Who am I thanking? Who am I thanking? Thank you for the follow, Isabel Kid? Am I reading that correctly? Isabel Kid. Thank you very much for the follow. Very cool. See a tiny, pale human face in the bushes ahead and cautiously move forward to investigate. The creature, a child, is gone, but it has left you some food for your journey. Is that giggling you hear in the distance? +2 supplies. Did you just set a maximum? Nice try. Chat, I need you to keep an eye on this one. I do have to eat one of those supplies immediately, but things are looking up for me. That's a 1. That is a 1.
I don't know how. I think you're cheating.
How could I be cheating? We're both using the same platform. You trip
you're
over a
making up
hexagonal
the stuff.
stone, and a semi-transparent glowing human face appears before you. It says something in a language you do not understand, and thin beams of light emerge from cracks in the ground and trace patterns on you. You feel a strange static sensation throughout your entire body, then the lights disappear and do not return. Your health is restored to maximum.
I stand by my statement.
Oh, how the tables have turned! Here we go. Oh, if I get a 1 or a 2, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
6. No!
Okay, no cards. I have my last supplies. And then on my next turn, I come out of the forest. I say, who is this faker? Who is this poser claiming to be the greatest explorer in the land? I've got 5 things.
And you came back unharmed, and I'm half dead.
Wow, what a comeback. That was amazing. To be fair, I would have done the same thing that you did. That would have been bananas to go back in there. Thank you, Jam. Yeah, that's right. I meant to make a chatbot thing, and I forgot. So, thank you. There's info about the game. Thank you for playing, Eggs. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All of my patrons are $5 and up. There's a post on Patreon. It'll be in there, and there'll be a link you click, and you link it with your itch, and then you'll get the game on itch. So all of my patrons, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, you have it already. And if you're not a patron and you want to just check out the game without giving me any more money, that's fine. You can go to that link that Jan just put in the chat and check out the game.